Namaskar. Welcome to all the yogis who are watching this Yoga Guru Studio channel. Small intro about me before we start. Okay, my name is Shankar. Basically now in Bangalore. Namaskar. Practicing welcome yoga to all the yogis. Small intro session before and teaching. Okay, what my name is Shankar. I've been teaching basically now in Bangalore. Namaskar. Practicing welcome yoga. To all the yogis. So what we are going to talk about yoga only, right? About yoga. Small. See, in one of the talks which my guru Shankar Guruji gave, he says yoga which is not based on the shastras is not correct. He said मैं मानता नहीं हूँ जो भी शास्त्र के ऊपर आधार नहीं है मैं मानता नहीं. So very nice statement. Then I was just doing many form of yoga, so many things through our organization. Also learned many from other organization. Also I have learned and spoken to many teachers and taught other teachers from other organizations. So generally, what we all do. So we all consider ourselves as yogis, right? People who do yoga are yogis, right? All yogis, what we do, we learn from some teacher, from some organization. What he would have done, they would have learned from somebody. So it's like mostly like maybe not like a Guru Shishya Parampara, but we learn from teacher. And maybe in the past, maybe around 10-15 years, people start searching in Google also. Whenever you say, whenever some asanas is there, you go and search in Google. Mostly some Westerner would have put some yoga, some very nice poses of asana. So we also learn that, most of them. But generally I've been learning, right? Yes or no? So, but all these techniques are based on some scriptures, right? So we'll see in our session. I'm not going to cover a lot. It's huge topic. This is just an intro, small thing which you can add to your yogic knowledge, that the interest to learn something different or interest to learn something which we all know differently. That is the purpose of this small session. Okay, so see, ideally what we consider as scriptures are so old, Puranas. Purana means very old, very old, but new also. Which is valid even now. See, all these scriptures are so old. How old is yoga? Only go and type in Google and say. We say, if you are read in any of the YCB exam or QC exam or RPL exam, any exam, they say, how old is yoga? The first text which comes is, we all know, some Hatha Yoga text which started 1000 years back, around 800 AD or around Hatha Yoga Pradipika. But how old is yoga? They say then Patanjali Maharishi wrote Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, around 2000 years back. But that is not start of yoga. That is not the start of yoga. Patanjali Yoga is just a compilation of what all he has learned, right? See, if you just analyze, the next few minutes, I'm just going to give a brief history. So, we all know there are, in Vishnu avatars, there are 10 avatars in each yuga. See, each yuga, one yuga, Kali Yuga is supposed to be. There are different variations, but just assume it's in some lakhs of years. Maybe a separate talk has to be given what is the time limit and all. So Kali Yuga is just started, 5000 years has just passed of Kali Yuga, or 4 lakh years. Then before that, Dwapara Yuga, where the Krishna Avatar came. Ended with Dwapara Yuga, ended with the Krishna Avatar. So before that, Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga, before that Satya Yuga. Each of this Yuga is may 4 lakh years, 8 lakh years, 12 lakh years, like that it goes. Right? So in Satya Yuga, Narasimha Avatar is there. And then when I went to many temples are there, you can search in Google also, or you can go in Ahobilam, there is one temple in Tamil Nadu, there is a temple, Yoga Narasimha. So Narasimha Avatar happened when minimum some 16 lakh years ago. So then the Narasimha, after he killing Hiranyakashipu, he taught Prahalada yoga. Have you seen the way Narasimha sits in a pose? And then very Shantana, like very quick Shanta. And he's teaching yoga. Yoga means how to proceed in life, how to attain mukti, how to attain liberation. Narasimha Avatar. So that much is the old, is the our tradition. So understanding this gives respect to a tradition. And when you respect something, most likely you will start um, you'll start understanding it better with respect. You learn more better. Not just somebody just invented some asanas, putting in Google and then you are learning. Not like that. Okay? So Narasimha Avatar. Then Rama Avatar. You know what happened? When Rama got depressed. Rama got depressed seeing the world. He says, I'm not going to even eat. So then his guru, Vasishta, gave a beautiful lecture to Rama. The text is called Yoga Vasishta. It is one of the second most longest text after Mahabharata. It's huge text, some 22,000 verses or something. So there he says how to attain mukti, what all the practices we have to do. It's really complicated. So I'm following one book just show by Yoga Venkatesananda, Supreme Yoga, Yoga Vasishta by Venkatesananda. But huge, very, very huge text. This is just the lagu, that's the summary of this itself is so big. But understanding about life, how to attain mukti comes from Yoga Vasishta. If you're not read, one of the books to read, to not to learn asanas. Okay, this is how to beyond all asanas comes from this book called Yoga Vasishta. Right? Then Ramayana time. Ramayana come Treta Yuga. Right? In that Yuga, Ashtavakra Gita, another great text. How to attain liberation. Is the King Janaka, who himself is a King Janaka himself is a great philosopher, yogi, who knows everything, but he wants to ask somebody else, what is reality? What is reality? It's just a simple story. The King Janaka was sleeping. When King Janaka was sleeping, he's a big emperor, huge empire he's administrating. He's the king. But when he's sleeping, he thinks that he's a beggar. Then he wakes up in the dream state, he's a beggar. And then he wakes up, he sees himself as a king. Then he got a doubt. Which is real? Whether I am a king dreaming that I am a beggar, or really maybe I am a beggar and dreaming that I am a king. Then he asks a question, what is reality? Then a sage, a small boy, not a small boy, Ashtavakra, he's turned 8 limbs, 8 parts of the body is twisted. He gives a beautiful lecture, Ashtavakra Gita. What is reality? See, again, yoga is what? Union, uniting, so that you, the drishta, your atma, yourself will be alone. You are established in the self, right? Not caught up in the outside world and mind. So the restraining the body. So the way to proceed, that state is yoga, right? So all these things, it's nice. Then there is another great text, Vijnana Bhairava, where Shiva, the greatest, the Adi Guru, tells 108, in some texts say 112 types of meditation. How to meditate, how to go beyond the mind, how to trance the state, right? 108 steps. Yoga Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Beautiful book. Our Guruji also conduct some courses based on it, and there is a book by Osho also. Nice book, which collects 108 secrets. It's called. Huge, very nice book also. So if you are interested in that book of secrets, right? So this also is, and I'm not going to open all of this. Don't worry. Maybe in some other time you can do that. But just a kichdi of all the mixture of just an introduction. Okay, so all these things, what it gives, how to evolve, already everything is written. How to evolve in our life, that is yoga, the discipline of how to progress in life, right? All this text. Then comes the great text, Bhagavad Gita. We all know the context, right? Arjuna, who's been waiting to fight and preparing, brought two great armies, almost 20 lakh people assembled in a war field, facing face to face with each other, two great armies, and just about to start. And then he says, I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting the war. He got depressed. He got, why I have to fight? What is the use of all this fighting? Then Bhagavan Sri Krishna gives another great lecture, Bhagavad Gita. What is that to do with yoga? Each chapter is a state of the mind, state of how to progress in life. See, for example, in one of the chapters, the Sthita Pragya Ka Lakshana is given. Sthita Pragya, and the Pragya is become steady-minded person, how he behaves. And it's not how he behaves, what a normal yogi should do to become Sthita Pragya, the milestones. All these things are covered in the Bhagavad Gita. And then the 6th chapter gives how to meditation, how to do meditation. Dhyana yoga, beautiful. Even how to sit, where to sit, how to, which posture to sit, how to be straight, sit in a calm place on a kusha grass, and then where to observe the nadis, observe the tip of the nose. All these shlokas are given in the Bhagavad Gita, how to do meditation. So if you are interested, just to see what all you can start learning, right? And then this is all the avatars I'm just listing. And then before this, much before all of this, there are Vedas. In the Vedas, summary of the Vedas comes the Upanishads. Upanishads are like the summary of the Vedas. There are 108 Upanishads, and out of those, there are 20 Upanishads which lists yoga based Upanishads. Yogasar Upanishad, Shandilya Upanishad, so many Upanishads are there. So many Upanishads are there. Brahma Vidya Upanishad, Chandilya Upanishad, Trishika Brahmana Upanishad, Yoga Chudamani Upanishad, Nada Bindu Upanishad, Tejo Upanishad. So many, I lost count. So almost 20 are there. If you want, you can go to Google and search. So each of these Upanishads is not huge, just maybe some are few, like even like 15, 20 verses, some are like 100 verses. So each is a shloka. Each is a shloka which gives about various things. Some just talk very philosophically. What is Brahma, Brahman, how to attain meditation, all those things. Some of the Upanishads gives what is chakra. See, we all heard here's the word. What is chakra? What is bindu? What is nada? Where it's located? All the things which we just keep hearing all these words. All the things are explained, defined in these Upanishads also. Right? This is one of the main sources of text. If you consider yourself as a yogi, serious yogi, not just for passing exams. If you really want to understand all these things, it's a nice thing to start reading all these 20 Upanishads and just see. There are very good translation in all languages, Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, English, and all are available. You can just see whichever is your favorite author. You can start reading these Upanishads, right? And then comes another two great texts I just wanted to introduce, which we all know. Hopefully, as a yoga practitioner, you would have heard Patanjali Yoga Sutra. See, Sutra means very crisp, very crisp, which doesn't, no, don't tell like, not like a poem, not like a big poem. Okay, so what is the definition of a sutra? At least you have been listening what Shankar ji is only talking, not telling anything concrete. He's just on that. So I thought I will start with the sutra. The sutra of, what is a sutra? What, see, you have been hearing the word sutra, right? Which is Patanjali Yoga Sutra, various texts. But what is a sutra? Alpa Aksharam, which is Alpa Aksharam, means fewest words should be there. It should not be lot of thing. Asandigdham, meaning it should not have any two meanings, ambiguous meaning, nothing. Just have to tell one thing at a time. Sarvata Vishwato Mukam, so it can face the entire world. Meaning it's for everybody, not for any particular people or caste, creed, religion, or higher, lower caste, nothing. It is applicable for everybody. That is a sutra. Then Astobam, Anavadham, then unambiguous and precise words. Cha Sutra Sutra Vidu. This is the definition of a sutra and this is the explanation. See, you can't take one word out. So you can't, from this line, you can't take even one word out. It will lose the meaning. And you don't need to put any extra word in this. It is self-contained. And whether you read it now or after 10,000 years, remains the same. The purpose of this sutra, right? Defining what is a sutra remains the same. That is a sutra, right? So like this, Patanjali Maharishi has given Patanjali Yoga Sutra, right? So briefly, we'll just see. I have done Ashtanga Yoga. What is eight-limbed path by Patanjali Maharishi and Tirumandiram. I'll talk about it bit while. So Ashtanga Yoga is eight-limbed path of how to disciplined way of evolving ourselves, uniting so that mind becomes silent, right? So that is covered in the second chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So, this is the Sutra, second chapter, 29th sloka, where Patanjali Maharishi defines what are all the Ashtangas. We might be hearing these words in maybe in many of our classes, right? But this is the Sutra for it. See, and then in Sanskrit is a beautiful, very, very, very unique language. Maybe, I don't know, there is no other language like this where the words can be combined and you can keep on chanting these words. See, for example, if you write in English, the Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. See, this is the four words. Generally, we don't combine, right? There is a space between Yama and Niyama. The word there is a, so it's a Yama is one word, Niyama is. But in Sanskrit chanting, you can combine this. So how it should be read, this sutra. So in English you can, if you can't understand Hindi or Sanskrit, you can read the English words, right? Yama niyama sanna pranayama pratyahara dharana dhyana samadhayo ashtavangani. So it's one, right? So beautiful, but you have to practice, right? So if you are interested in chanting the Patanjali Yoga Sutra in my YouTube channel, Happy Yogi YouTube channel, I have done sessions. Each sutra I have, not the meaning part, only the chanting part, how to chant the Yoga Sutra is done. Okay, so this is the Ashta Anga Yoga. The first two are the most important, Yama Niyama, then comes Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So when you understand like this, so now you know from where it comes here, right? Okay, so just giving a glimpse of these things, right? And there are different forms of Anga yogas. For example, Ashtanga yoga is 8-limbed path given by Patanjali Maharishi, right? Similarly, this text generally people know, at least people yogis who wants to write any exam would have known Patanjali Yoga Sutra, at least the name, at least the definition, few sutras from the thing, whatever is there in the your portion you might be hearing. But it's great to go through the entire 195 sutras, understand the meaning. There are beautiful commentaries given by our Guru, Shankar Guruji, or even B.K. Saingar, Light on Yoga. So beautiful commentary. Each sutra is explained how it is, what is the purpose of. Because sutra is Alpa Aksharam. If you just understand the literal meaning, you won't understand anything. It has to be explained by a person who has understood and living the knowledge, like Shankar Guruji or B.K. Singh or many other commentaries are there. Lot of commentaries are there. Very good commentaries on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Start reading something. Okay. Beyond that, there is one more text called Tirumula Tirumandiram. It's in Tamil. 3000 verses text. Beautiful text. Another which gives elaborate about the entire life. And in one of the chapters, third chapter, one of the many sub chapters divisions, Ashtanga Yoga is given. Same Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi is given, but slightly difference. Obviously, when two great saints talk of the same thing, how they convey will be different, right? But understand this, Tirumandiram was written something different, contemporary to Patanjali Maharishi. Tirumular was another great saint, contemporary. Maybe he says in this thing, he is a classmate. of Patanjali, both of them reading under the Guru Nandi in the Himalayas, right? So, but Tamil language is totally different from the Sanskrit language. But there also in Tamil language also he is using the same words. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. But how he explains them slightly varies, because here in Patanjali Yoga Sutra there are like 5 yamas and 5 niyamas, you might know, right? But in Tirumula Tirumandiram there are different, like 10 yamas are given. So different, but almost same, the rules, basic rules for a yogi to follow. See, why I am talking, these yamas and niyamas differentiates person who just go to yoga class, instead of going to an aerobic class or going to the gym, they go to yoga class. Millions of people are doing yoga, but very few percentage are following the yamas and niyamas. That's what differentiates a yogi who follows the yamas and niyamas to person who just does exercise like an asana. So be aware of the yamas and niyamas are great thing. Rules, how to be individually and in the world. Just go through. If you are much interested, again I have spoken. It's a like 10-12 hours lecture on different thing. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, what is asana, how the differentiation of how Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Tirumula Tirumandiram Ashtanga Yoga is given. So I have spoken big with giving the sutras and this thing. So if you are interested, you can go to my channel, Happy Yogi YouTube channel, and see. Okay, then lot of things are there. Then maybe I'll just cover to complete this thing, the Hatha Yoga text. Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga, the purpose, see all the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, all the things which I am telling from the past till now is mostly mental. Maybe meditation, how to do meditation is all covered. Everything is covered from when I told, from the Narasimha time. Right? But then people were started becoming more body conscious, right? To, and maybe not moving away from the nature. So some asana, some body posture is required. Maybe before also asanas were there, so that only few asanas were listed, so that people can meditate. The purpose of asanam. Okay, I'll just give a basic definition. What is asanam? Asanam means, see, we use this word in our people who don't go for yoga class. Asanam. If you go and ask your mother or grandmother, asan means what? A chair. Not you do how to do headstand. It's not an asana. Right? Asan means what? A chair. Comfortable place to sit. To do what? To meditate, to contemplate on God, to self-introspect, or just relax. Asanam. So Patanjali Maharishi says, Sthira Sukham Asanam. So you have to be steady, Sukham, comfortable in the body and in the mind also. Comfortable. Asanam, then it becomes asana. Not just doing something, I want to do, I want to achieve more, I want to do 1 more millimeter, I want to stretch my body, touch the hand is touching the feet. It's not a stretch you do. Then he says, Patanjali Maharishi says the second line, what? Prayatna, you apply pressure. Then Shaitilya, drop. You should know when to apply pressure, or how much to apply pressure, and how much to drop the effort also. Prayatna Shaitilya. Ananta Samapatibhyam. Experiencing infinity. That is a asanam. Right? What is the purpose of asanam? According to Patanjali Maharishi, tato dvandva anabhigata. Means what? Yogi goes beyond the dualities. Whether it is difficult or easy, for him it's the same. Whether it is cold or it is warm, for a yogi, he treats everything same. Success or failure, he treats himself as same. He goes beyond. He doesn't say he's but me it's not there. It's there. No, no, it's not. It's not there. It's there. Dualities are there in the world, but yogi surpasses it. That is the purpose of you get when you do asana, right? If you are interested, go to my channel. You can see a lot of each text, each sutra is explained. Okay, so now we'll come to the Hatha Yoga, Pradipika, Giranda Samhita, Hatha Ratnavali. These are all Shiva Samhita, all great texts written from around 800 AD to around 1400 1500 ADs. Mostly the physical aspect of yoga, which we have adopted now. So when you go to say yoga class, you don't do meditation, you don't contemplate on the self, all those things. You just do asanas, right? But how to do the asanas? Maybe I'll just cover few, one or two shlokas from sutras of from the text. So you will see the difference, right? Okay, so we thought I'll just cover something. Paschimottanasana. Everybody knows, right? Hopefully, if you are considered yourself an yogi, you should have done this asana. But what is the sutra? What the Maharishi of in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Swami Swatmarama and Giranda Maharishi in Giranda Samhita has given. So we'll just see. So like that, when we analyze, even if some teacher is telling wrong, you can correct. And you know the actual purpose of the asana when you know the sutra. So that is why I'm trying to do. Again, I have done in my few of the asanas, I have explained like this. So if you are interested, you can watch. Okay. So what is Paschimottanasana? Prasarya Padau Bhumi Dandarupau Dhurbhyam Padagraha Dvaitam Grihitva. So having stretched the feet on there, I'm just reading. So we can explain like a stick. So the what? See, this gives the definition of the sutra, right? So the legs should be straight like a stick. So the knees should not be rising. And having stretched the feet fully on the floor, having grasped the toes. That itself very few people can do. If you're grasping both the feet with both the hand, both the toes. Then one sits with forehead resting on the thighs. The forehead resting on the thighs. Janu paritantasya lalate darshav. Janu means knee. Lalatam means forehead. So the lalatam is touching the janu. The litam darshav. Vaseditam paschimatana mahu. So that is the sutra. So this is the other text, and so very similar things is given but slightly changes in the sutra, but what is trying to tell is the same. Place the head between the knees. Prasarya pado bhuvi dandarupo vinyasta balam chittu madhye balam chittu madhye yatnena pado. Then you hold chadrutva karabhyam. With the hand you hold. Then tat paschimatona mahi asanam syat. Paschimotthanasanam syat. So that is the Paschimottanasana. And in some of the sutras, the definition it gives the the purpose of the asana, the benefits of the asanas in many of the sutras are given. So if you want to read, go and read Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Giranda Samhita. I follow the book from Bihar School of Yoga, which is very, very nice, which is this book. Okay, the Bihar School of Yoga gives a very nice book. You can go and read. Okay, we'll just see one more sutra. Shalabhasanam. Shalabhasanam also we all know how to do. We have read from various books in Google. But what is Shalabhasan according to Maharishis? Adhyasya kshete karyugyamavash alambhya bhumim karayosthalabhyam. So lie flat with the face towards the ground. Both arms are placed by the sides of the chest. Then the palm should be placed firmly in the ground. See, generally people miss this step. Palms should be placed, palms on the ground. It gives more power for the legs to rise. Maybe you can try that. Padaucha shunyecha vittasya chodyam vadanti pitam Shalabam Munindra. The legs are raised in this position. Right? Then see what beautiful this is. The Giranda Samhita, Hatha Yoga Pratipika are not defining this asana. These asanas are defined much earlier, which we am still finding actually where it is all there. Here also, which is written thousand years ago minimum, these books says this asanas defined by munis. They are not defining. That is the beauty in this. Okay, so see what all we can do. I will not keep on talking. So this talk was just to give you a little bit a glimpse of what you can do next. Oh, I have learned. I've been doing your asanas. I've learned so many years. I'm doing. If you want to understand more, see, you can take few, any, see, each of this reading itself takes lot of time. You can even take one book. Hatha Yoga Pradipika reading itself takes lot of time. Giranda Samhita takes lot of time. Then comes the other thing. Bhagavad Gita takes huge amount of time. Yoga Vasishta I am reading for the past 20 years. So many things are there. Ashtavakra Gita, then all the Upanishads, one by one you can start reading. So many things. It opens up a new phase of yoga. What we considered as yoga, which if you just go to Google and type asana, only asana, 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 and asana also, how to do the asanas, what is the benefit. So many things are and mainly is for small things, corrections starts happening. See, for example, simple. I just found one. See, Vajrasan. We all know. Everybody knows Vajrasan. When we sit with the knees bent, then he says, the sutra says, you tighten the thighs. See, that part nobody, I never read it anywhere in any of the general text. So tightening the thigh, then something happens. The Muladhara gets activated when you're tightening the thighs and you're sitting in Vajrasana. So small things like this comes when you read these books. So that is the purpose of doing all of this, so that you become a better yogi. And when we know all the scriptures with full authenticity, with courage, with pride, you can do yoga. And if you are already teaching or if you want to teach, you can teach to the whole world. Right? Not just being bound by, oh, what are these Americans, Europeans are all, they're all doing so nice. Flexible body is great, flexible, but are they yogis? We have to tell, because all the scriptures belongs to everybody but came from us. Okay? So just with a short talk, hopefully this was useful. If you like it, um, show it in the comments and spread it to people, and all are welcome to see my channel Happy Yogi. There are a lot more things I have discussed.